Hey, welcome to this week's episode of Stand Up Leaders. And today we're going to talk about 3 things that you can do to get hired in 2025. Now, my name is Chris Baker, and I founded Stand Up Leaders to help people like you to be the next generation of leaders, or if you're already a leader, to accelerate your promotion during 2025 and beyond. Now, I recently wrote a book, Promotion Made Simple, your year-long plan for career growth. Now, what I want to do is talk to you today about 3 things that you can do to get hired in 2025. Before we do so, if you haven't done so already, please click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notified as my videos come out each week. And maybe share this video with somebody else that you think will benefit from these lessons and that maybe has that career aspiration, but they don't know what to do. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is really understand yourself. Now, I know that may sound obvious, but who are you? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are a few areas of opportunities? In other words, what do you need to focus on and work on to start getting yourself noticed and be more effective and productive at work? Now, there is in the book, there is a self-assessment tool, and I'll probably put a link down below so that you can get either the Kindle version or the paperback version. But let's just go through the self-assessment. What you're looking to do is identify your starting point. Right now, what you want to do with this as well is is understand where you are, but also learn to reflect on what are your career goals and aspirations. What do you want to do? What are the things that that you enjoy doing? All right, what are the things that make it feel like it's not work, that you just get lost in time, that you really wish you could do every single day? And the idea then is to find a job and a career that you can do that and get paid to your level of satisfaction for doing that every day. Now, when I look at myself, I had a pretty successful career in the UK in the retail automotive industry, rising from a junior salesman to be general manager of car dealerships. I earned a reasonable amount of money. I was pretty successful, but was I happy? The reality was I thought at the time that what I wanted was chasing the money. Now I understand that wasn't really what I wanted. When I came to the US and I started working with Disney, I realized that what it was about was helping people. In 2016, I stumbled across Simon Sinek's video, The Golden Circle, which led me to Find Your Why. And that was when I really started doing my own self-assessment and analyzation to say, well, what do I want? What makes me happy? What makes me sad? What is it about those things that made me happy or made me sad? In other words, what was the triggers for those emotions? And that helped me formulate my why statement, which is to add value to other people so that they can become the best versions of themselves. And now I apply that to everything that I do. Now, I intentionally started working towards self-improvement, personal growth, learning how to enhance my leadership skills so I could teach other people, and then learning presentation skills so that I could share those with other people. Around 2017, I started that. At the time of recording this, it's now March 2025. And last year I secured what honestly is my dream job. I'm the leadership training manager for a division of the Walt Disney Company, where I'm responsible for developing and delivering leadership programs at various levels, from aspiring future leaders all the way through to senior leaders wanting to become executives at both Walt Disney World and Disneyland. Now, within that area, there's a little over 1,000 salaried leaders, not to mention the tens of thousands of hourly cast members that potentially could go through my Aspiring Leaders program. I love it. I look forward to every day. I love teaching people. I love doing that. So now I am doing the job that I always dreamed of doing, and I'm being paid for it. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't do a self-assessment and if I didn't analyze what is it that I want to do, what makes me happy. So let's look at that too. Now, there are a number of assessment programs that you can go out and buy, Right, I am a DISC human behavior certified consultant. So if you are ever interested in doing a DISC communication style assessment, reach out to me, put a note in the comments below, or reach out to me on social media. I can definitely help you with that. That will help you understand how you communicate and also identify how other people communicate so that you can craft your messages to get the point across. A very, very valuable tool. But outside of that, there's also strength finders. That's something that I've done twice in the last years or so. Really, really valuable tool. Some people like the Myers-Briggs indicator. It's not something I've personally used, but some people would like that. Emotional intelligence is huge, right? I've just been trained on facilitating emotional intelligence programs. And I can't tell you the value and benefit that does. And there are, places that will help you to do or will offer you emotional intelligence assessments as well. That may be something that you want to do. There may be skills gaps analysis, career assessment tools. Goal setting again is another huge thing. I did do a video on goal setting recently, so go and look at that. And if you want more information, put a note below. Happy to talk more about that. And then there's the SWOT analysis, right? Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. There's a couple of alternatives with that. But there's something that again, it just helps you to be aware of who you are, what you enjoy doing, etc. So when you're looking at the self-assessment sheet, what we want you to do is, first of all, a career status check, right? So how satisfied am I with my current role? Am I learning and growing professionally in my current position? Am I just going through the motions? I've done that myself in the past when I realized that I wasn't actually growing. I was stagnant in my career and therefore I felt my performance going downhill. So I did something about it and I moved. Another question is, do you feel valued and recognized for your contributions? And then am I clear about where my career is heading? They would be your career status checks, i.e. where you are at the moment. Then you want to look at your skill set analysis. Are my technical skills up to date with industry trends? Right. This is all to do with continuous learning and development, right? So I heard recently, and again, it's something I heard in the past, that everything you do is either for entertainment or for education. Now, when I look at reading books, my wife Vicky reads books for entertainment. I read books for education. Neither are right or wrong. It's just what we want to do. But personally, I want to keep improving, and I always want to be looking at keeping my skills up to date. I recently did a Cornell University certificate on innovation strategies. Why? Because I always want to innovate. I always want to grow. I always make sure my skills are up to date. Another question with that is, are you confident in your leadership or management abilities? Self-confidence is a huge thing. Again, how effective are my communication and interpersonal skills? That again comes back to DISC will help. How effective are my communication and interpersonal skills? DISC is something that would definitely help with that as well as emotional intelligence. And then the final thing on the skill set analysis is, do I consistently meet or exceed performance expectations? And that again is one way you need to be honest with yourself. Well, all of this you need to be honest with yourself, but definitely there. And then look at your emotional and mental state. Ask yourself, do I feel motivated to work every day? All right. Now, understanding that some days there may be things going on. Life happens, right? So some days you may be more motivated to go to work than others. But in general, do you feel motivated to go and do your work, or are you demotivated and you're not engaged? Am I managing stress and my work-life balance, or I prefer work-life harmony as a term? Am I managing stress and work-life harmony effectively? And finally, in this section, how confident am I at taking on new challenges? And this is something to do with fixed mindset and growth mindset. And again, I did a video on that recently, so have a look at that. And then the last section in here is opportunities for growth. Question to ask yourself: have I been proactive in seeking new opportunities or promotions? Do I have a mentor or someone guiding my career development? The truth is that most people don't, right? Most people wait for something to happen instead of taking charge and being proactive about it. One of the reasons I started doing this YouTube channel was because I wanted to offer something for people that they could look at a 10, 15, 20-minute video each week, and hopefully that will inspire them and motivate them to want to do more. Yes, I have programs that are paid programs that people can come into, or one-on-one coaching, mentoring, etc. But what are you doing? Do you have someone that's going to help you guide your career development? A caveat on that is, who is it? Are they somebody that is on the journey that you're on, maybe a couple of steps ahead, or are they in a different journey? Because if they're on a different journey and can't relate to your journey, maybe they're not the best mentor or guide. And finally, on this opportunities for growth, and one where honestly I struggled with in the past, and a number of people do, but am I networking effectively within and outside of my industry? So what are you doing to create those connections, to create those relationships that can help you grow and develop personally, professionally, and help with there? Now, there's a skills inventory sheet that we go through here in the book, and the objective is to identify gaps in skills and then plan for improvement. Right now, I'm not going to go through this now, but basically you will list all of the skills in the categories that are in here, and note the ones that you need to improve, and what are the resources that you may need for development. And again, there's a SWOT analysis to do within that as well. When we look at this, there's a number of things. So basically, I would say the three things that you need to first of all is that self-analysis to identify where you are. Then you want to take that and say, okay, from there, what are 2 or 3 things and 2 or 3 areas that I can focus on to help me moving forward? And then a career rescue checklist. All right. So create a roadmap to get back on. And one of the final things that I would say within that is set goals. Again, I've talked about goals. We should have a grand vision of where we would want to be if there were no limits, and there are no limits other than the ones that we set between on ourselves for the 6 inches between our ears. But with no limits, don't think of within any boundaries or anything. What would your ideal life look and feel like? All right, that's your vision. So be as detailed as possible in that, and then bring it back to what's your goals. All right, now you may bring it back and say, well, I've got a goal for the year. Great. What's your goal for the next 3 months? And then from that next 3 months, what are the behaviors and actions, right? So we talk about bars in Al Rattan's program and that I work with. Your behaviors plus your actions directly impact your results and level of success. So what are the things that you need to do every single day to create habits that are going to move you towards achieving that goal? So set that 12-week goal, and then your 13th week, you do a review, reflection, and then you plan for the next 12 weeks. And so therefore, those 4 12-week goals will lead you towards your annual goal. You're getting quick wins along the way. Your annual goal should be leading you towards that journey towards your grand vision. All right, so I know that's a lot, but they're the 3 things that I would say that you need to focus on. And if you do so, you are more likely to get hired this year than if you do nothing. The choice is yours. I hope you decide to take control of your actions and your behaviors, and you move towards the promotion that you deserve, the promotion that you desire. Again, put your comments below, subscribe, like this video, share this video with others. Let's really work together to get a movement where we can help everybody achieve what they want to achieve in life. My name is Chris Baker. It's been a pleasure working with you. I look forward to seeing you on future videos. Bye for now.